Hey, everybody, it's Chris over Dixieland Farm, and today I'm going to be doing one of the dumbest flights that I can imagine. And it's a real flight. It's from JFK to Saranac Lake, basically Lake Placid, which uh, Lake Placid was home of the Olympics for the winter sports, and was it some kind of dinosaur crocodile and Betty White or something? Never watched the movie. This is a dumb flight because this is actually a real life flight. This is an actual flight out of JFK from Cape Air. It's in some Italian plane that's very similar to this, the Islander, which is like a six-seater plane, fixed high wing, twin engine, goes like 150 knots. This is kind of a slow, monotonous flight, but it's going in the middle of basically almost Canada. And when I saw this video on YouTube of somebody taking this flight, there were only two passengers, and I can't figure out how they made money because I think the tickets were $200 round trip. So $200, right? Because you cut it in half, so $100 each. There's a pilot, there's fuel, there's the cost of the plane, which is new. There is at minimum a gate agent. There are fees. It's crazy. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? This kind of little plane. But yeah, let's go ahead and we can put on de-ice boots. Good. Let's do that. So that way, because it's snowing in Lake Placid, because of course it is. Yeah. Anything else we can do? Let's. We don't need tie downs and stuff like that, but we can at least open up the doors here. So there's the doors for people to get in, and they would basically walk people out or bus them to this. They wouldn't pay for one of the gates because the gates cost money, quite a bit more money. So anything else we can do? We've got. Let's get some. Got a passenger. Oh, here. We're gonna do a full flight, right? Let's go ahead and get it. And so we're just a little bit. There we go. We got 300 pounds, 4 passengers and a pilot. And let's just double check the weight and balance here. 3 hours, 50 minutes. Great. So plenty for reserves and all that stuff. So we're loaded up. The flight plan is crazy. There's no ATC right now, which is good because I'd be almost embarrassed asking for this little plane. But basically, we're going over LaGuardia and then kind of winding our way straight up. And we're basically close to Burlington, Vermont. And then right there is the Canadian border. And you can see from the weather here, 1.5 statute mile visibility, so not great. It's snowing and overcast at 1,200 feet. We should be, and the wind is 8 knots at 230 degrees, which is good because there is an ILS for 230. So we'll do the ILS approach. And this flight is almost 2 hours. This is longer than I've ever flown before. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think what I'm going to do is once I get up to this point here at Stubby, love flying. I think I'm going to. There's a way in X-Plane to like make it go 4 times as faster, but like it'll still burn through everything. And I think that this long stretch of nothing, I'm gonna do that because, yeah, I mean it's a lot. So let me load all this up. I'll come back. You don't have to watch this.
Okay, traffic speedbird Concord 4. Taxi to holding point, runway 22 right, via Alpha 1, Victor crossing runway 31 right, Charlie and Echo, Canada traffic.
There we go. We got off before the displaced threshold. Isn't that crazy? And Kennedy traffic, this is Twin Islander 552 Lima, cleared to the north. Final call, Kennedy. I mean, clear to the north is crazy, right? Because here we are over the airport. But yeah, let's get our flaps up, turn our fuel pumps off, get our pitot heat on, get the line of distance. There we go, so we can see that beautiful Manhattan skyline. But oh, we're starting to dip down again. Yeah, we're good. We stabilized. We're getting close. See, the frame rate up top goes anywhere between 20 and 30, but right now we're okay. But if I go ahead and pan just a bit. There we go. So there's the Van Wyck, I believe, below us. And we're going to be headed directly over LaGuardia, which is actually the safest place we can be, because all the airline traffic would actually be coming from the sides to get over LaGuardia. So back when I used to fly in the helicopters, we would fly over JFK or LaGuardia all the time at a low altitude, because that was the safest thing to do instead of having us off to the side. So yeah, there's Brooklyn down there, and then over here is Queens, and of course the Manhattan skyline. And you can see those little markers. That's LaGuardia, right? Let's go ahead and put it into vertical speed mode. Let's see. There we go. Let's try to climb at 1,000 feet a minute here.
Hey, KJ traffic, JetBlue 779, crossing 2,500. We are clear. Due to right, last call, switching to advisory. See you.
So we have not switched over to advisory yet. Let's go ahead and do that as well. We're not going to pick up LaGuardia because they'll have their own tower frequency. But yeah, here's, I can't remember the name of this Queens Park here. This is where the World's Fair was, I think. Here's JFK in the background as we fly basically directly over LaGuardia, right? And how much does it suck to live there? Or is that Rikers? That's probably Rikers Islands. Still. There's the George Washington Bridge. There we go. That's the passengers. There's our luggage back there. Alright, flaps are up. Fuel's good. Anything else we need to do at the moment? We just need to pay attention that we level off, but this is the real flight. And this is exactly what they do. And the gear does not come up. It's permanently fixed. But I need to take a screenshot of that. This is the little engine that could, right? Here we are. 120 knots. I mean, it's gonna, once we're done climbing, it'll go up some. But we're also way down quite a bit with fuel. Well, from LaGuardia to Rhymes, and then this flight plan is so large that, like, I can't even scroll it. If I hit a button here for page down, nothing. So somewhere around Stubby's where we're going to give up. That's 70 miles into the left into the trip here. So watching for this thing to level off. And it's starting to level off. Beautiful. Let's see how fast we actually go now that we're no longer climbing. That's about it, 140 knots. Take it off flight plan here, yeah, ground speed, 140. That's about it. So what we're going to do now is lean out the engine, so bring the mixture back here. Looking for that temp to kind of spike. Right there. 1460. So I'm going to bring back the other one until we get to about 1460. Alright, we're sufficiently leaned out. We're at 8,000 feet. We're following the magenta line, right? So the autopilot's going to be taking us. Honestly, there's just not much more to do except for looking at those sights. Flying over White Plains in Connecticut here, Manhattan in the background, and then there's Long Island. Again, Cape Air, a real flight. Oh look, I got us up to about 160 knots. Wow. Now the air is pretty calm, so we can certainly do that. So let's do that. Alright everybody, let's just take a look at the radar here. There I am. We got this guy quite a bit above us. Let's take a look in the plane. There he is flying above us. Somewhere down there is us. Can we see us? No, we're so far away we can't even see. He's high up there. We're down here. In the clouds. Air temp. We're at -10. We are flying into some clouds, so we do have the possibility of icing. We'll just keep an eye on that. Icing is not modeled on the plane. You won't be able to see it, but we've got a plug-in that's kind of showing it. So we're going to pretend that if that thing comes up, it's because we've been watching and noticing. Otherwise, you'd run your de-icing boots, which we certainly have. Which, nice option. Which is good also because we're going to be coming into snow, right, at some point. Alright, as you see, we're coming up on Rhymes, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the speed up time. So what I'll do is I'll disconnect from the network, speed up time, and then put myself up closer to where we are. It's not going to affect anybody. It's not going to affect air traffic control because they're not on. So this is perfectly a legal thing to do in VATSIM. As long as you're not affecting anything, you can come on and off the network as you need. So instead of just walking away for an hour, which is silly, doing this to facilitate the mission is perfectly okay to do. Alright, so we're watching the glide slope. That's the little triangle on the left-hand side of this OBS indicator. So right there, we're probably capturing the glide slope. So we're going to start our descent as we come down. So it's just guiding us down. I'm not having to do anything. And yeah, once it's grabbed that, you see we're starting our descent now, right? See, 500 feet a minute. And so our speed is increased a bit here, so let's go ahead and get our speed back under control. And anything else we need to do? No, we're gusting pretty good here, right? The runway's at 1663, so at 1,800 feet, you know, is our decision height. So 200 feet above the runway, but yeah. We're doing just fine. Our speed is a little fast here, and that's because we're just being bumped around. So I'm trying to bring back our engine power and carburetor icing is suspected here as well, right? Because we're kind of in that range. So I've added carburetor ice. I'm trying to get our speed down to under 100 feet so I can add some flaps. All right, there we go. Let's make another call. So we have about Adirondack Regional. This is Twin Islander 552 Lima on a 4-mile final for runway 23. Full stop. Adirondack Regional. All right. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Added flaps. So our flaps. That takeoff position should be fine. This runway is 6,500 feet, so I don't want to be too much flaps. I also don't want that speed to be that high. Let's get that back down. Come on. All right, folks, do you see the airport in front of us? Me either. But believe it or not, all of this is technically legal. We have 200 feet to make our determination and half-mile visibility, and we are at 3/4 mile visibility. And overcast, you know, we should break out 1,200 feet, so we should be starting to break out here. Shortly, we should be able to see the ground. And you technically can kind of see the ground. Do you see it? It's real faint, but there it is. Runway is in sight. Autopilot off. Adirondack Regional, this is Twin Islander 552 Lima on short final for runway 23. Full stop. Adirondack Regional. Floating, but I'm trying to make this as gentle as possible. I will take it. That was so difficult. Folks, we did it. There we go. There's the flight path there where we had to come and turn around and come back in. And honestly, I mean, it was pretty good for pretty squirrely weather. So let's disconnect from the network and let's go ahead and watch the replay. We're just getting battered around badly here, right? Look at that windsock in the background. Basically a crosswind. I floated, but like I knew we only had the one chance. So, got us on the ground there. A real flight, and yeah, I would have been bored if I just sat here. So speeding up the time certainly helped. An exciting, ill-advised flight in real life and certainly in this weather, but I wanted to do it and I've done it and I managed to make it down. I'm happy. And yeah, from Dixieland Farm, everybody, thanks for watching. Take care.